Quigley is part of the SuperPods network. You can find SuperPods on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Patreon, and Twitter at _SuperPods. You can also join our Discord at discord.gg/SuperPods. Thank you for your continued support, and happy listening.
Cap, you need to get it back. I'm hearing that. Great double kill here. This is a perfect. Did you get the triple? There you go. Two goals! Go down two. Oh, what a play.
Amazing headshot there. The two BR players, these could be perfect picture. Oh my, what was coming up? That's a pick. 47-46.
Camo's up.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? We are back with another week of the Quigley Podcast prediction show. I just said that completely wrong. It is the Quigley live prediction show. I'm a little nervous this week because I have a live audience inside of the live audience. I also have a new camera angle, so everything's just different. Banksy, let everybody know what we're doing.
I mean, well, great intro. You fumbled a little bit, but today we're kind of doing it a little different. Like you said, we have a live audience. We are going to get into the predictions, what we have for our week 3 matchups. But first, we have all these beautiful people. We have Connor, we have Odin, we have Revan, and we have Kish with us. And we're going to go look at these pods and see how we can kind of fix things up on our end, see how everything ended up. I believe we have all matchups, and Connor can correct me on that. But we will slide it to them here in a little bit.
Doug, is my camera already charged?
It might be. But
hold on. I found a quick way to fix this.
There we go.
All right,
we're back.
I think you're good. So to the Quigley people, thank you for having us. This is super exciting. We've got the College Halo squad. Super excited. And then also, Kish, if you want to throw up the College Halo stream too. But we are super excited. So I've got Dill, so I've got Odin, I've got Revan, I've got Kish, and we've got the Quigley boys. We're going to talk through this kind of new restructured pods and, super, super excited. So why don't we start with Dill? Why don't you talk me through kind of how you're feeling with the pods and kind of what the future for these next set of pods, kind of what your vision was for these?
I think so far the pod system in general has worked pretty well. I mean, it's kind of, everybody seems to enjoy it. They enjoy, a bit of a shake up with no divisions and all that stuff. I think it's been really good. I do think that this thing that we did the other day where we kind of, I don't know if we want to get into it, but we all got together, about 9 of us, and sat down and kind of hashed out all the new pods together to make them as balanced as possible. And we can go into detail as to why we did that and we didn't do it a different way or whatnot if we want. But yeah, I'm super excited to see how these new pods shake out.
Yeah, I think with this new set, the big goal that we were talking through is we want it to be competitive. We also want to get these pods ready for playoffs because before we know it, it's going to be playoffs time. So I know Kish pulled together a graphic to kind of go through to announce everything. But my Quigley guys, how are you feeling with this first set of pods? What any standout matches to you guys?
Here, I'll speak first because obviously if you've been focused on Twitter, you've seen kind of the shout outs on College Halo side. We got Slayer of the Week, OBJ Player of the Week, and then we have the things we've been doing on our side, kind of giving a lot of players some shout outs. There's a lot of UNA and YCP in there. All right. to be fair, both teams have been killing it. And funny enough, I mean, we'll talk about it later in the prediction show. It's been close between you guys. And I know I've talked about it with Dill, and I've talked about it with Ben. So it's like seeing what those, like, you guys can do just in your matchups is probably what is the most exciting. I would love to see some Fisher matchups personally. Oh, Ben, you froze again.
Yeah, I think they are playing their match on Thursday
Yeah.
against UIUC. So it's going to be definitely interesting because that roster is not the roster we've seen for a while. So like it's going to be, we're in a new era of Fisher. So it's going to be exciting to kind of see how that roster forms. I know 2 of their players were playing College Halo 8s last night. So
Yep.
it was definitely cool to see, but talk to me, Ben. How are you feeling about this set of pods?
Oh, the first set of, I mean, genuinely, I think this is the best like format we've had since at least I got into College Halo. It just allows for, like we said, okay, there's the camera. You know, we're just gonna let it rock. It genuinely does allow for much tighter and more competitive experiences, right? We've seen a lot closer matches, even when they're 3-0s or 3-1s. We're seeing tighter play within maps, and I think that makes it way more exciting. And I think that we've kind of done a better job of reanalyzing that as we went into the second pods as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think when Dill came to me and was talking to me about the pods, I really like the idea with it because it's something a little bit different, but then also makes it where these matches really matter. I feel like in previous seasons, once you kind of got to a certain point, the matches got a little bit stale, and I think the pod system really gets away where a bunch of teams get to play, and every match matters, which was our goal going into this season. So I know Kish has a graphic. I think he's going to pull it up on stream. But we're going to talk through kind of our thought process, reveal the pods. So for this next set, if Dill, you want to give us a kind of a run through, and then we'll talk through each team.
Yeah. So for the first pod, um, just so I make sure I'm understanding you correctly, that's what you want me to do, right? Go through each pod.
Yeah. If you kind of give it the run through, so we started with 4, we're going to 3. Talk through kind of the vision with this.
I think in that meeting that we had the other night, we kind of all just sat down and like, we tried a bunch of different combinations, a bunch of different things out. We kind of liked a couple of them, didn't really like a lot of them. And so I think collectively I don't even remember who suggested. I don't remember if it was Kish or if it was Naz or who, but somebody suggested, what if we just go to 3 pods and then, go from there. And so that's what we did. And I think that these new pods that we've built, with only 3, it kind of made everything to where it was easier to figure out competition wise and whatnot. So I think it was a really good idea.
Yeah, and I think with these next set of pods, like this is do or die with some of this. Like we have the Apollo and the Osiris League for playoffs coming up. These matches are the ones where you want to get into the top of these slots. So I'm really excited for this next set. I really think it's going to be super cool. But if we want to start off with the Hunter pod, if Dill, you want to do this one.
Yeah, so in the Hunters pod, we have Fisher Falcons, UNA Lions, the USF Bulls, UCF Knights, Illini Orange, and Baylor.
Okay.
Super. I'm really excited about this pod. I think it really gives some matchups. But talk me through, Banksy. What's your matchup that you want to see the most here? Which one is the one to hype up?
You have to hype up the Fisher versus UNA just because yes, Fisher's different. Like they're, you still got, you got Maskey, but like UNA is still that solid squad. It's been the same. They're working out things. I want to see this happen. I want to see, can Fisher hold up against UNA without Spartan? That's where it lies. Can they do it without Sparty on the team?
Definitely. I agree. I think that's going to be the key matchup of this Hunters one. Talk to me, Ben. What are you thinking?
You gotta look at UNA Fisher. I mean, I'm just gonna keep it 100%, right? Wait, why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
You were kind of building it up to do the same.
Yeah.
You kind of built it up, but
I think that's an important matchup. I think that's a huge matchup. Just like you said earlier, Fisher coming in with a new squad. We don't really know what they look like. Their first game was an FF, from what I understand.
Yep.
We're kind of just waiting to see what that team is going to look like, and they're going to have to play against a very hot UNA who is currently 4-0.
Yeah, I think for me, my most excited one is USF and UCF. We're gonna get the Battle of Florida, and I'm 99% we've never seen this. I don't know if they've scrimmed. Like, this is going to be a grueler, and we just saw it today. UCF looked unstoppable. So I think putting them against the USF, who is a household name in college Halo, I think that honestly for me, that's my most hyped up match of this pod.
You got balls or soap bomb in that matchup?
I got Bales.
Okay.
Listen, I was super impressed. I'm 99% positive Soap's a sub, but I have a feeling that he might make a return for that matchup, because when UCF came into college Halo, that was the big thing that Soap said. He said, when's the Battle for Florida happening? So I'm super excited for that matchup.
And I missed that.
Soap ball knowers will know
Yeah.
that there is a certain level of beef there with Soap. I cannot leak that, but there is beef.
I missed that title that Connor keeps saying, man. Battle for Florida. We can't do it anymore, Ben.
Yeah. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart not to be able to include you guys. I'm also gonna say, listen, I see Fisher's newest braced in the chat saying that he runs UNA. So, I'm definitely interested. That kind of builds up more of the hype on that matchup. Dill, do you have any thoughts?
I've never heard of the kid, so I don't know.
All right.
Okay.
That's my Batman right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say. But yeah, super excited for the Hunters pod. Now, kind of talking about the elite, I'll break this one down. But we've got, starting off, we've got UOU to the University of Utah. We've got UVU. Then we've got SNU.
Can you pronounce SNU's school name?
Southern Nazareth, isn't it?
Yeah, you got it.
Nazarene.
Southern Nazarene.
Shout out C-Dads. Then we've got the boys. We've got OU. We got Oklahoma. Then we've got, rounding out the pod, we've got Butler, and we've got the University of New Mexico. Talk me through it, gents. What are we thinking about this pod?
No.
I'm now you go first. You go first. I'll let you take the floor here.
I'm not gonna let Kish sway me in this conversation for being in this call. I would love to see OU do some damage. I just need to see more out of OU than just one or two players in a match. But I mean, just like we talked about in the Hunters Battle for Florida, we got to talk about the battle for Utah here, because we officially only have 2 Utah schools. Am I right? Technically.
Unfortunately, there is no UOU or USU. There's no USU this semester.
And I imagine there's some sort of, kind of hype like Lonzy's going to build himself up here and be like, I'm going to take this team down. I just want to see this matchup. There's obviously been, some changes on the teams there. Even in eights, we had Lonzy and, I'm not going to lie, who's the other guy? Mike 120, is that it?
Catastrophe.
Yeah.
Like
And-
120.
And they were talking about how their team plays. And I still think no matter what changes happen on UVU, I just can see that team kind of dominating the front against UOU. I'm just excited to see that matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say this is probably one of my favorite of the groups, or pods, just because I think there's genuinely like 3 banger matchups. I mean, UOU, UVU is going to be a good matchup, as it has been every season that they've played so far. I think SNU, with the current roster that they have now, playing Oklahoma looks like a fun matchup to watch. And then Butler, UNM, 2 of our newer schools coming in who we really don't have much on, maybe also with the chance to have a good matchup. I mean, I think we could easily see a Game 5 in all 3 of those matchups when they end up playing.
Yeah, and I also think with the matchup with SNU and OU, that's the Battle of Oklahoma. So we've got another region battle here. One thing when we were kind of talking through the pods is we wanted to give the Battle of Regions as much and kind of have that one matchup. But I've got to say I'm super excited for the Battle of Utah. They played at LAN. It was a Game 5. So it's going to be interesting to kind of see how in this new semester, kind of how that plays out. Also, I'm excited for Butler. I was super impressed with how they played. And I really think that if they can kind of keep the momentum up, they're going to be scary. And I would probably say the Utah battle I'm excited for, but I'm also kind of excited for Butler and UNM. I think that also is going to be a really, really good battle. But talk to me, Dill. What are you thinking?
I'm super stoked. I mean, I think across the board there's good matchups to be had. Like, I mean, obviously, like we kind of all know that there's like a tier system in College Halo, but I think all these teams can play each other very well and competitively. I don't think there's really like a super awful matchup on one side of the board. I just love the way, honestly, that we shook all these pods out. I think the region battles, I think it's all so cool that like it ended up working out that way. Like, not only did we like try to make them as competitive as possible, but then like just ended up being a coincidence that a lot of the most competitive teams were very close to each other. So that's really cool.
Absolutely. And then do you want to close us out, Dill, with the Jackals pod? Close us out.
Okay, so in my personal opinion, this entire pod is a banger. So you've got Clemson, Spartan Tigers, geez. YCP, so York, RIT Orange, Penn State, Montana State, and North Carolina State.
Yeah, you're right.
Let me take this one first. Let me take this one first. First off, I hate it. No, I'm just joking. I'm not gonna go there yet. We're not even on the predictions yet. This has got my favorite team in the entire league. Sorry, Dill. The Spartan Tigers are here, and look, I've been a fan for quite some time, and I think that this is a great pod for them to be in, to have a path into that, what we're calling, which one's the higher division? I'm trolling.
Osiris.
This is a great path into that Osiris division, but they've got a few schools that I think could give them trouble in York and RIT. And then we do have some of those matchups, just like we saw in the last pod with like York and Penn State. That's a battle for Pennsylvania right there. I don't really know who wants to win Pennsylvania, but there's a battle.
You've also got the Carolina, the border wars, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. 100%.
Clemson and NC.
I mean, is it really going to be a war? I think it's going to be like a
well,
one-sided.
Whoa, whoa.
Hey, Ben's got
Whoa.
beef because they reached out to yours truly for help and not him.
And they did not get any better. So clearly,
I didn't do anything, to be
Whoa.
fair.
I'm trolling. I'm trolling.
Whoa.
I love the NC State boys. No hate, no hate.
But
Banksy?
all right, so I think Banksy talk me through what's your hyped up matchup.
Well, okay, it has to be Clemson versus YCP because look, I'm a look, Kish. I'm gonna use your name here, okay? Kish feels it every time it's tweeted, okay? Naz is getting a lot of love online right now. Okay, the man's been killing it in his pod. He's doing well. He's getting a lot of shout outs. But I think Clemson might finally be a team in his pod that wants to fight and go against him and try to tear down those accolades that he's already gotten online. That matchup is just going to be huge. Clemson came from D2 with a fire that no one expected. They blew it up. Naz is trying to hold a title here and try to make sure he doesn't lose the top of the hill right now. That's just the matchup I want to see. Everybody else I'm really excited for. I would love to see more out of Montana State. And I don't think I've seen a Penn State match yet, me personally, just timing wise. But this pod is exciting. Dill's right. This pod's exciting.
I think this pod has so much potential to like have a ton of super close matchups.
Yeah.
I'm excited to. I agree. My hyped up match is Clemson and York. I think that's going to be a huge contender matchup and kind of who takes it to that next level. And I'm really looking forward to it. I think all pods have really good matchups. And I think that was our goal with this, was to give something where everyone's got that match where they're like, oh my God, like there's going to be so many people watching it. But then also it really has the battle for the region. So we're trying to not only give a good experience to the players and give competitive matchups, but we're also really looking for the viewers to kind of give them the different region battles, the different hyped up matchups. We really want this next stage to have all eyes on it.
Yeah, I think I don't know how the schedule is going to shake out, but I think in the Jackals pod, I think coming down towards the end of the season, like if York has beat Clemson and Clemson hasn't played RIT yet, but like RIT has beat York, and there could be like a really, really good matchup come down the pipeline towards the end of the season between those three teams against one another. So I really look forward to that. I think it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, and I also think the really cool thing with these pods is we started with 4, then we're going to 3. And then for playoffs, we're going to 2. So every matchup really is going to count. And I am super excited for it. I also think for the York match, Naz has a signed jersey from Clemson. So listen, there's some love there, but they're also going back and forth in the chat.
They
So
really are.
maybe this is going to be the matchup to see. If it's going to be super close. So I'm super excited for that one.
Yo, what's going on in the chat, bro? Why we got cross pod rivalries starting up? All right, like lock into the teams that you got to play. Quit yapping to the other teams. You'll see them in playoffs.
Ooh, Alonzi said YCP getting the baby route to the upper league. Whoa.
Yeah, it's good.
I actually do want to give a huge shout out to what I am going to just call the council. I was sadly working, so I was only able to hop in here and there and just kind of hear what you guys were talking about. But you guys really did kind of like lock in and sit in the call for a good while going over this and going through. Okay, well we could do this or we could do that, and just making different pods and then swapping people around. And I really do think you guys came up with what I would say is the best structure.
Yeah, just to kind of get in, like, I just want to touch on that a little bit. I know people are going to be like, well, it was easy. You could have just put UOU, UVU, UNA, and Fisher all in the same pod. And, like, I hear you guys loud and clear. But, like, if we do that, then two of those top 4 teams don't make the Osiris play, like league play, bracket play, sorry. They have to go down to Apollo. And, like, we kind of all agreed that, like, that wasn't fair to the other teams that would be in Apollo. So that's why we did it this way. In a perfect world, it could work out like that, but unfortunately, that's not the case. And I just also want to say that with like the previous pod system and then this pod system, it's like all encompassing. So like your record and how you did from this series of pods gets added to how you do in this next set of pods, and then at the end of that, if there's ties and stuff, we will have a play-in week, which I think will also be absolutely hype.
I forgot
I
about
also
that.
think one thing we talked about a little bit, but also when we were making these pods, we didn't want to just do 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I think
Yeah.
we really wanted there to just be one key, like really high tier matchup, because we want to give back to you guys. We want to give back to the fans. We want to make sure that there's those key matchups, and you don't have to wait till winners finals to see some of these matchups. But I will say that there's a lot of stuff going down in Twitch chat, gentlemen.
I had to
There-
join.
there's-
My bad. I had to join.
I gotta say, that there's some chirping with UOU and YCP and Clemson.
And it's funny that
I
two
have
of
to
them
say, I
are.
do like these pods a lot.
Yeah, these
It's
pods
gonna be
are
very
hype.
exciting.
Yeah, you talk, Brevin, talk us through go through each pod, give us your thoughts.
Yeah,
I'm actually super interested. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. All right, you guys want my opinions? Okay, here, give me a sec. All right, I'm gonna put my thinking cap on. Okay, I'm ready. So, the Hunters pod. Finally, the Purple Lions might actually get a challenge between UCF and also the Fisher Falcons. Some of these teams I haven't even seen yet, guys. Right? Fisher being one of them, and you guys have built these guys up so much hype. The team that Sparty used to be on, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm really excited to see the Purple Lions perhaps maybe earn their first L coming into this new pod shakeup on stream. So definitely excited about that one. Also, South Florida and Central Florida, we're getting that matchup. That's going to be crazy. Love to see that one. And over on the elite side as well, we have University of Utah and UVU Black. Look, I have been around for quite some time with Utah esports as a whole state, right? There is no love between U of U and UVU. Zero, right? That rivalry is deep and it transcends into so many other games, and I love it. We also have, I've never seen SNU play, unfortunately, either, but Oklahoma and Butler is going to be awesome. We have the two whales going up next week against each other. Are you kidding me? Against Prisma and the boys. Going to be absolutely crazy to watch that one as well. So unfortunately, I don't really know much about UNM and SNU. Like I said, just haven't really seen them a whole lot, but honestly, I'm excited to see. I mean, the matchups you guys have created with the top 2 teams is awesome. We have the Spartan Tigers, Clemson, YCP. That's going to be a lot of fun, especially because I hear them trash talk each other a lot, so much in the college Discord. RIT and Penn State should be pretty spicy. I think that one's going to be an interesting one personally for me. And Montana State, they always have my heart, being some of the feistiest, most close range team I've ever seen in the league so far this season. So I love to see what they have going up with NC State as well. But the Illini Orange and Baylor, that will be a pretty fun matchup, I think, to watch as well. But honestly, these pods are great. And I think it's going to be really important for everybody to put in their 10 out of 10 all the efforts that they have to try and come out on top in some of these pods and really shake things up as well, especially if you're in the middle of the pack. I'm thinking about you, both Florida schools, thinking about you, Penn State and RIT, and Oklahoma and Butler and SNU. Really try to shake these things up a little bit because, you know, it's gonna be a battle for the middle. I think the top two gonna be pretty fun, but definitely a bloodbath in that middle section as well in these pods. So excited to see it. Did I do good?
I
I feel like that was
Did I earn
that
my
was a
space
clutch.
or what?
dude, you killed
that was nice.
it.
The goat.
W.
So
W.
I think also there maybe some OU Butler stuff coming down in chat. You know,
The world may never know.
Awesome.
This chat's wild today.
Yo, what's up with the Montana
Look,
State
I'm just saying,
hate,
if,
bro?
if OU can figure out the corner strat against Butler, then maybe they have a chance. All right, like Butler with that corner strat was deadly on recharge. I don't think anybody saw it coming. All right, just gonna say that.
Wait, is that a Montana State player? Montana State players in the chat. Oh, sorry, I got excited.
Is that Montana? Is that someone hating on
Yeah.
Montana?
No,
Oreo's.
Crisis.
Yeah, that's Montana.
Okay.
You know what,
Squid
Oreo,
already
Oh,
knows.
okay, I was about-
Tip for
I thought it
Oklahoma,
was
check
State.
your corners.
Oreo, come to the Quigley channel. Connor didn't even know who you were.
But listen, I thought someone was hating on Montana, so I was stepping.
I
I
thought
saw
they
red
were
for a
too.
second. I saw red. You know, I can't have anybody hating on Montana State. And Lonzy say maybe we should do a no sprint challenge
Look,
so that they
look,
could have a challenge against YCP.
we have to stream the UOU UVU game whenever we get to it. Have
Yeah,
to stream
oh,
it,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I want to see the tea bags, right? I want to see the body disrespect, right? I want to see the passion that these two schools have with such a deep setted rivalry that transcends contact sports and also bled into the esports realm as well. Honestly, I love watching UVU and U of U go toe to toe. It's so much fun to watch.
I think this. I'm super excited. Like I am genuinely. I think that this pod structure. It's gonna be good matchups. You know, I'm down for a little bit of this trash talk. I think it really pushes the season forward a little bit and puts some stories behind some of these matches. So I'm not gonna say keep up the trash talk, but I'm not gonna as long as we're not crossing lines. You know.
No personal attacks, guys. Just about the love of the game, okay?
That's oh my
Exactly.
god.
Oh my.
Unless your name is Banksy, tell him. Yeah, I don't know. All the personal attacks say he's fat, whatever.
Fonzie, now's your time. You've just been given free reign. The personal
He's not
attacks can fly
wrong.
in and chat.
Yeah, Naz
Oh, boy.
Naz said it first.
The only thing boiling is the water I'm cooking
Yo.
you in.
Yo,
Murphy thought that went hard. Murphy thought that went hard.
All right.
it's squid. It's squid. Ben, it's
Look,
squid.
I'm just saying. Like, I started off the stream saying the Sooners have yet to win a game on stream. I'm just putting that out there. All right. So,
And Tuco with the 5 gifted
Oh my
Tuco.
Tuco.
to Quigley.
Shout
out
out
Tuco.
Tuco.
like, I had to twist Dalen's arm just to get him to say 3-0 in favor of OU against UNA. I had to twist his arm so bad.
Hey, true.
And he's supposed to bleed crimson. Just saying.
is true.
Tuco has officially gifted a total of 17 subs to the stream. So
Tuco the goat. Tuco the goat. He's always there for 8s too. He's always down.
he showed up. He
We
showed up at
love
like
him.
3 a.m. last night, man. He said,
That's crazy though. Yeah, I saw that in the 8s chat. I'm just like, how the heck do we still have people up at 3 a.m.? Go to bed.
I don't know.
Sheesh.
I let Mason convince me to play another, and
I was so tired this morning.
Yeah. Yeah, but Banksy, you just basically sleep and play Halo at the same time. So
that's
What
what
else
I
are
was
you
doing.
doing?
That's what I was doing last night. I'm not even gonna lie.
Lonzy said swap YCP with SNU.
He wants it now. Yo, just
Ooh.
scrim, Lonzy. That's all you need.
Yo,
Just-
no. You guys should not play each other until you guys are in playoffs. You guys need to wait till playoffs to settle this. I want to see it
Oh,
happen
yeah, that's true.
at playoffs.
Yeah, at hopefully it'll land.
and I have a
Yeah.
feeling playoffs are gonna I have a feeling the land's gonna be pretty fun. So not gonna
Yeah,
say
and
too much.
more details to come about that.
More details
So
about the
we're
land. So make sure you guys try your best because this land's gonna be crazy, from what I've heard.
also start to schools start fundraising.
Yeah.
That is putting that out there. Um, but yeah, I mean, Dill, what else you got? Talk to me.
I don't have anything really. I mean, you guys kind of took everything that I kind of had to say.
What do you mean? I didn't take anything. I just said what was in my head.
I just I look forward to the rest of the season, and I mean, man, I hope need everybody to, like Connor said, fundraise. Let's get this land going, because if you missed out last semester, you don't want to miss out this semester.
Yeah, I missed out.
You do not. But yeah,
Imagine
what
missing out.
else we got? Kish, the voice in our heads. If you want, I actually, voice in our heads. I want you to unmute. I want you to tell the people what you think. A lot of the time, you're the voice in our heads. Let's give. I want to hear your thoughts on the 3 pods. Kish.
All right, hello. Oh shoot, hang on. I have to do my mic on stream real quick.
He said,
it should be
"Yeah,
working, it should be
hello?"
working. Yeah, I don't know. Spectating games is like a whole different animal of things. So I wanna point out, like, I'll start with the Hunters pod because I think there's so many just electric matchups in the Hunters pod. Obviously, you guys said Fisher UNA. I think that's probably going to be the most sought after
Finally.
match. In the Hunters pod. Odin, I better get that one on stream, or Eder better get that one on stream. One of the two, like, that one has to be streamed. Point blank. Period. We want that match. I'm gonna go down the list of, like, my matches that I think are just going to be absolutely electric and unbeatable. And in this Hunters pod alone, I think UNA USF is going to be really good. That's a rematch from playoffs last year, if I'm not mistaken. I know it was pretty one-sided last year, but I'm super, super excited to just see the progression of both teams and see if, where the scale kind of balances towards, is it more of an equal match? Is it even more one-sided? Is it one-sided in the other direction? These teams could be working really hard when we don't know it, and that'll be absolutely insane. Battle of Florida, I mean, that's a match I'm not missing. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. I would miss my firstborn's birthday for it. I'm kidding. By
Go
the
nice.
way.
Excuse me. Sorry.
But it should be super cool. I think both teams have a chance to win that matchup, and I think the next, like, most electric matchup in Hunters is UCF and UIUC. Those two teams were, I believe, 2nd and 3rd respectively in Division 2 last semester. So I think I know UIUC had a slight roster change, but I believe that matchup is going to be as electric as it was and could go to map 5. Honestly, the UIUC USF match could be electric too, but I think those are, like, my top probably 4 or so matchups.
Not to cut you off, Kish, but we just got a raid from College COD. Thank you so much to College COD. Huge shout out
College COD.
Shout out College COD. Hope the matches are well. Welcome to everybody from College COD. So right now we're talking through, giving a quick run through. We're doing a pod system for this semester, and we had our teams battle it out for the past couple of weeks, and now we're restructuring the pods. So now we're announcing it out and talking through kind of our hyped up matchups before we get into our next matchup of the night.
Is this the part where we say that Halo's better than COD? Or do we not want
yes.
to release that?
Yes,
just
it
yet?
is. No, this is definitely that
there's a
part.
question. There's a question in here in the chat that's like, well, this is. He says, what are the other pods? Unlike COD, these are all the teams we got, bud. So
The few and the proud. The few and the proud.
Hey, I'm
Halo's
just
definitely more passionate player base, I would say, than I don't want to say then competitive, but it's definitely a lot more passion to be competitive. Just because this game's been a long drawn we're at like 4.5 years that Infinite's
Four and a
been
half years,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Halo's kind of, you got the proud few who are still left, and that's these 18 teams right here.
Absolutely, and Lonzy and Naz, let's make a good first impression.
Yeah.
Hey,
But
I'm
but
just
yeah,
saying.
so before Kish continues giving his thoughts, sorry, did not mean to cut you off. A huge shout out to College COD. You guys are killing it. Thank you guys so much for the love. We've got one more matchup for the night that will be starting at around 10:45. So stay for that. Stay tuned. But Kish, continue. Keep giving me your thoughts. I want to hear what you're thinking about this pod.
Yeah, so I'll move to that middle pod that we see there, the elites. I think the irony in calling the elites without there being Fisher Falcons in there, I think that's very funny. But when you think about Halo lore, right, the elites you see all the time, but it's the hunters that you're scared of. They always come in pairs. They're always there, like just ready to 2v1 you. And I feel like on the topic of pairs, you got the what seems like a 1 and 2 seed, and you got the pair of Florida schools there in the hunters. But with the elites, I want to talk about that Utah battle, because we've seen a lot of Utah teams come through here, and there's mad representation from Utah in the Halo scene. Correct me if I'm wrong, that's Space Station's home base?
Yes.
It
Yeah.
is. It is.
Okay, I know ball a little bit more than I thought I did.
Okay, bro, relax.
Okay, but that Battle of Utah is awesome. I know last semester, I believe it was, the Utah schools had like their own LAN where it was strictly the 5 or so Utah teams that were still left. And just the culture behind Utah in Halo in general, but college Halo specifically, we've had so many teams, so many schools just representing that state, and it's going to be amazing to see them in a regular season matchup. I'm pretty sure we've seen that before, but the fact that we're emphasizing it right now and in this pod restructure where we're kind of putting our focus on these rivalries and these like region matchups, I think that's absolutely amazing. And then I think the only other matchup that I'm actually, I shouldn't say that. The second of the 3 matchups that I'm really looking forward to in this pod is SNU and Oklahoma. I'm gonna say this right now as an Oklahoma alum, OU in 3.
Yep.
I'm sooner born, I'm sooner dead, and when I die, wait, I messed that up. I'm on the
All right,
spot.
start
here
again.
'cause
Start
college
again. Start
COD
again.
is
You're
here.
good.
Let me try
Get him
again.
out! Get him out!
Let me try
Boo!
I'm sooner born, I'm sooner bred, and when I die, I'll be sooner dead. So 3-0 for Oklahoma in that matchup. But the fact that there's 2 Oklahoma schools in college Halo warms my heart so much. That state has meant so much to me for the couple of years I lived there pursuing my bachelor's degree. And I think that's just amazing. And the state of Oklahoma is always looking for teams to play each other that are like basically in-house rivalries. So that's going to be an amazing matchup. I'm going to take my boys on a 3-0. I'll put the house on it. If I lose the house, like it was honestly worth it. But that's going to be an electric matchup. I think those 2 teams are, from what I hear, fairly well balanced to play each other to be a very competitive pair of teams this semester. So I'm super excited to see that matchup. and bias aside, that might be one of the closest matchups this semester. The next matchup in this pod, I'm going to take the Butler University, and I'm going to take University of New Mexico. I think those teams are going to have an amazing shot to shine and just kind of prove who's improving faster. These are both, first year teams in the league, which is incredible that we're still getting first year teams this late into Halo Infinite's life cycle. But I'm loving this. I'm loving this a lot. You guys got anything on my comments there?
Kish, I kiss you on the mouth.
No, you're passionate, and I love it.
I think the Sooners just need to win a game on stream first before we can. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, Kish. I know. I don't want to start us off on the wrong
Which
foot
is a
here,
perfect segue that our next matchup is OU, which pulling up the graphics starts at around 10:45. So listen, what else we got? We got a little bit of time to kill. So
I can kill some
what do
time.
I was gonna say. Any other thoughts? Any other thoughts from the group?
I want to run through my last couple real quick. Clemson YCP is probably going to be insane. Everybody's been hyping up that matchup. Battle of Pennsylvania is going to be cool, but I don't think it's going to be as cool as something like RIT Penn State is going to be. I think either of those teams have the potential to really finish out in that third place spot, which should kind of leak my prediction personally on what YCP Penn State is going to end up in. However, I think an electric matchup is going to be Montana State and North Carolina State. That's just going to be awesome. Those teams, they're both second semester teams, right? This is their second season.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So again, it's another one of those like who's improved, and this could even come down to like who's put a lot of time in the off season or who's even put time at all in the off season. So I think those matchups are honestly really good. I think every single pod has a great matchup for each team. I think it's just this was, I mean, it was a hard decision. I was a part of what Ben called the council of kind of putting the teams where they for this set of pods belong. And it was kind of a hard decision to kind of place every team. But, there's a reason every team is where they are. There's a rhyme or reason, whether it's, time zone, some teams are in the same spot, or rivalries, or whatever it is. It's honestly like there was a lot of thought that went into how we're going to put these 18 teams into 3 groups so that we could break it down into 2 in, just a couple weeks time.
Okay. So, Kish is cooking. I mean, everything that he said is why we did it the way that we did it. Those matchups that Kish is passionate about right now, he was just as passionate about them on the council. So
I can feel it.
Yeah. Real fast though, because we still have a good bit of time to kill. I'd like to go probably start with Banksy. Give me your prediction on the top 3 teams coming out of each pod that are going to make Osiris League. And then we'll go Banksy, Ben, Connor, Kish, Revan.
Can I ask a
get
question before
last?
he goes?
It's because I'm the new guy, huh? Okay.
What's up, Ben?
Is it still going to be top 10? So it's going to be like the top 3 and then the 10th, and then the 10th is going to be chosen depending on how they, or like how's that going to work? Do we know?
We have 18 teams.
Okay.
And so I think you just split them down the middle.
Yeah.
9 and 9.
Okay, so 9 and 9. Okay.
I was about to say. Looks like 9 and 9.
So you take top 3 from each division or from each pod goes to Osiris League, and then the other 3 go to the Apollo League.
Okay.
All right. Fair enough.
And not because you're new, Revan, but like on my Discord layout here, in order, it's the order that I'm in.
I think he's saying it's because you're new.
I'm feeling the love. Thanks for picking on the new guy. I appreciate it. Thanks so much, man.
It's the passion at the end, is what it
Like,
is.
I get it. It's content, right? It's content. I'm content now. Okay.
Oh,
All right,
dude.
let's hear it, Banksy.
All right. So Hunters, UNA, Fisher, USF. I'm still putting USF over UCF. Elites, UVU, UOU. I'm gonna give it to OU because Kish just put a fire under my ass. Oh, sorry, but and then now Jackals, YCP, Clemson. Just realize how crazy this one is. Man, I hate you, Dill. Has anybody seen Rit play?
Nope.
Unfortunately, not yet.
Nope. What does your gut tell you? Just go with your gut. First thing, 3, 2, 1.
Montana State.
You just troll? Did you just troll?
I think he's just a believer, man.
I'm a believer now.
He's a believer in false principles. All right. I'm gonna go Fisher UNA, and I'm gonna put UCF over USF.
Did you just troll? Sorry.
I did not just troll.
Can't wait.
Somebody can clip this after I'm done. Fisher UNA UCF. I'm gonna do UOU UVU. If we're putting them in order, I would do UVU UOU. I feel like SNU still takes that.
Okay.
And then Jackals, I'm going Clemson, York, and Red Orange.
Can't wait for Montana State to step up.
All right. So for my prediction for Hunters, I have UNA, Fisher, UCF is my 3 from that pod. I think UCF takes that last slot. For Elites, I have UVU, UOU, and OU. And then for Jackals, I have York, Clemson, and give me Montana State.
That's my owner.
You know, I heard
Everyone's
that
just
just picked
dogging
up.
on RIT, man. Like, what? We haven't even
listen,
seen him
I
on
heard-
stream yet.
I heard Montana State just picked up a new coach. So
Oh yeah. Oh. Are we leaking stuff on stream? Is that what we're doing? Are we leaking?
Crazy. Be crazy if it was Dill.
I played the 5th.
Oh, we're not quite leaking. Okay. We got some. That's content for later then.
All right, who was next after Connor?
Kish.
Oh, sick. Yeah, because Ben wanted to skip over me, but I'm not mad about it. He is.
Wasn't I second? Wait, am I trolling?
I have no idea actually.
Okay, all right.
Actually,
I'll just
I'm
mute.
kind of trolling
For the
'cause on my-
content, Kish was second.
For the content, now we have beef and we got to settle in playoffs that both of us don't have access to play anymore.
Show match. Me and Kish pick teams. AIDS at playoffs.
Wait.
Oh, wait. W idea.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Kish. Go.
All right, we're hyping this up now. Okay, so I'm gonna go into this. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3 down the board. I'm gonna go UNA, Fisher. Oh man, my heart is telling me USF, right? But for the culture, I so badly want UIUC for the culture.
Okay, you go ahead, culture man.
He is a man of culture, I guess.
I'm gonna take it, and if the upset happens, you know,
Right.
I'm a betting man, so I'll get a high five from everybody and a crisp, firm handshake. And UIUC, if that happens, which I hope it does after I said that, if that happens, I want every last one of you to DM me. Kish is a believer.
Okay.
We're gonna go to the elites. I'm taking OU at number 1. I'm a believer in the boys. Like I said, I'm Sooner born, I'm Sooner bred, and when I die, I'll be Sooner dead. I'm taking OU at number 1. I'm taking UVU at number 2. I'm taking UOU at number 3. And for the Jackals, give me Clemson at 1.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Give me. I gotta respect Naz a little bit. I gotta take YCP at 2, but give me Penn State for 3.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's some shakeup right there.
All right.
All right,
Who
Revan,
we
what
got
you got?
I gotta follow that nonsense. Okay. 1 second. All right. My predictions. All right. I guess, you know what? Screw you guys. I'm going backwards. We're starting off with Jackals. Okay. And then we're going to work our way to Hunters.
All right.
For the Jackals, all right. I don't think you guys put enough respect on Naz's name and the rest of his squad and on the name of the YCP Spartans. All right. Look, 300 Spartans held off a whole army of Persians. So you think a bunch of tigers, 4 tigers, are going to be able to take them down? No, I think YCP are going to find some magic. This time, at this point in the season, are going to find some magic. No one's ready for Project Frash. You're right. No one's ready, especially Clemson. And look, okay, if Clemson, their top player, he couldn't carry me in 8s. Okay, I'm sure Naz could carry me in 8s, but Clemson can. So Clemson, unfortunately, you're going to be number 2 in that pod. Okay. YCP is going to take number 1.
Okay.
And I mean, Montana State getting some juicy intel. That's pretty fun, right? I honestly haven't seen RIT play, so I can't say, but I have seen Montana State play. And look, I will jump on the bandwagon for Montana State taking down RIT and securing themselves a 3rd place spot in Pod Jackals, okay? Because honestly, they were so much fun to watch. And if they are getting coaching now, they're going to get so much better and still be fun to watch. So that's it for Jackals. We're moving on. Okay. Now, this one's tough. I have a lot of love for U of U. I have a lot of love for Utah Valley. I do, right? I have family who live in Layton, Utah. And every single time Halo went to SLC, I was there watching Halo at SLC. A lot of love for the state. But listen, okay? Not only are the Utes better at football, they're also better at esports. So Utes, go Utes. They're going to take the number 1 spot in elites. I think UVU, as much as I love Petabot, Tuco, and the boys, I do think that they're going to be number 2 in the pod. But here's where things get a little tricky, y'all. Okay. Who's going to take number 3? Will it be Oklahoma, SNU, UNM, Butler? I don't know. That corner strat is pretty awesome. But if I'm being real, as much trash as I've been talking to my boy Kish, the producer, to Dalen, my co-caster, and so many other of the Oklahoma alumni. I mean, I've played a bunch with Tricolor Whale. I respect the guy. I love the guy. He's pretty fun to play with in MM. So that means Crimson will somehow, some way lead into the 3rd place spots of the Elites pod. Sorry, Whales. All right. Look, you guys are a dying breed. You guys are going extinct. Okay. You guys are being hunted down, and Oklahoma is going to be the ones that seal the deal. All right. Moving on. Hunters. Look. I think I'm surrounded by a bunch of people, okay, who probably think that Fisher are going to maintain that prestige. They're going to maintain that high level of play that got them the number 1 spot in everybody's predictions. Yes, I watched your prediction show. All right, crazy. I know. The Quigley Podcast, crazy that I actually watched this stuff. But
shout out.
Shout out, shameless plug, I know. But listen, all right, I have yet to see Fisher play, and I'm not buying it. I'm not buying the hype. I'm not buying the fact that you guys are all playing Fisher to be the boogeyman, okay? You know who I have seen completely dominate the College Halo 26 league so far? I'll give you a hint. They're purple. They have big yellow manes, and they're the second biggest cat in the animal kingdom. It's the UNA Purple Lions taking the #1 spot in the Hunters pod. I think Fisher are going to fall short. They're going to secure the second place spot, but who's left? Right? Who's left? We have a bunch of Floridians in the chat. We hear about them all the time, right? They always seem to make headlines. They can't stop. They can't help themselves. Right? Crazy Floridians on Twitter, on the news, on Facebook stories, even on YouTube shorts. Every once in a while, I see some random Floridian either battling a hurricane or fighting a crocodile/alligator. I don't know which because it doesn't really matter. They both look the freaking same. I don't care if one's smaller than the other. Okay. Anyways,
Their noses are different.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, nerd. Moving on.
There's no way we sat here and quoted the biggest cat. And you're calling me a nerd for knowing the noses of a reptile.
Be quiet. The adults are talking. Pipe down. Thank you. Look, when it comes to Florida, all right, my beautiful grandmother, she lives in Florida. I'm also Puerto Rican at heart, okay? And I spent a lot of time going back and forth between Florida and my island country of Puerto Rico, okay? I have a lot of love my Cuban brothers and sisters who have made Florida their home, as well as many of my other Puerto Rican friends and family who've also migrated to Florida. But listen, my grandmother does not live in South Florida. She lives in the center of the state, which means go Knights! Go Knights! South Florida got nothing!
Man.
Can I?
All right, that's all I
Can
got.
somebody?
That's it.
Can somebody please, after the VOD is up, Banks, you did fix VOD, right? Like we do have VOD now.
Yeah,
Please.
it'll go up.
We also have
Okay.
bot that goes
Look,
on our YouTube.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I was just gonna say when this goes up, somebody needs to clip Revan talking about UNA, and Dale, you need to make that like you guys stream intro.
That'd be awesome.
What's the biggest cat?
Tigers, dude.
They're bigger?
Yes, tigers are the
pretty
biggest
sure,
cat in
yeah.
the entire animal kingdom, bro. Like, get your.
Why'd you come at me about the alligator crocodile thing?
Because nobody cares about crocodiles or alligators, all right?
Let's just go ahead and
they're
say
a
you guys
dying
should
breed.
both make out. You guys are both nerds.
Okay, I don't have as much
We'll
energy
save it
as
for the
Revan.
land.
We'll
save it for the land.
You gotta follow it up. Dylan.
That
You
was
gotta
absolutely
wrap this
crazy.
up.
I do not have that sort of energy in me. I'm an old man, dude. Just let it lie. So out of the Hunter's Pod, I have us, Fisher, and I agree with I think almost everybody except for Banksy, which is kind of weird. Oh, and Kish. I have UCF coming out of that pod.
Damn.
Hell yeah.
In the elites, I have UVU, UOU, and Oklahoma.
Gonna be a shame when you lose because the Utes are better. Go Utes.
I thought you were gonna say something else about that pod, and I was gonna rebuttal.
Go Utes. No,
that's
just
not what-
just go Utes, bro. Go Utes.
And then out of the Jackal pod, I agree with Revan. I think everybody is. I don't know if you guys are doing it for the hype, or just to get under Naz's skin, or what. But I think, not only do I think YCP is the better team, I think YCP is a way better team than Clemson.
Whoa.
I got an answer to that. Hold on. I got a follow-up answer for that. You know why they're all on Clemson? Because they got that.
Whoa.
I can't, bro.
Whoa, whoa,
Yo,
whoa!
sub on College Halo stream.
Thank you.
Just
for
saying,
the sub.
guys. Just saying, guys. It's not a lollipop, all right?
We stay humble.
Okay, Dale, continue with your picks.
He's checked.
I have Clemson second. And then in the third spot, I really do think, I mean, it could be any of the three teams between RIT, Penn State, Montana State, but I'm gonna put Montana State there.
That's my boy.
Just because I have faith.
The bat signal is up. Told you, Ben.
Look, I'd just like to say Zeta has in the chat. He said we stay humble. I'm going to say Zeta, there needs to be no humbling going on because we know you guys are going to 3-0 YCP. Dill's just trying to be nice. But it's okay.
I second that.
Thank you. I was waiting for someone to say something. That was a long silence there. Thank you, kid.
I just wanted to leave you hanging, to be honest, dude.
Yeah, that's what I was feeling.
Sorry, Ben.
I can really feel the
Well,
love.
yeah, I mean, I think that's what we've got on our end. I think we're gonna throw it to an intermission. On our end, getting ready for our matchup with OU and Montana. And shout out to Quigley guys for coming on. They're also going to be doing their prediction show. So if you guys want to head over during the intermission and check that out, but we will be back soon. So I appreciate everybody. This is super exciting. Any final words from the boys on Quigley?
I can't say this episode is going to be very fast, so it might be over just in time for you to come right back and watch the next game. Just saying.
Yeah. Yo, Derpy, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I think Ben's faded. I think Dill is so smart. And Rev, I mean, gosh darn it.
I called you out, huh? Now you got nothing to say.
He said, shush, the adults are talking, and there are 2 dads in this call. And he told one of the dads that the adults were talking.
Mm-hmm.
I was flabbergasted. I didn't know
Can
what
we
to
shout
say.
out it's the dad that has 5,000 kids.
Hey, 4
I was
and
gonna
1
say,
on the
hey,
way.
College Halo, let's show some love. Banks is getting ready for child number 5. Let's give some love. Let's give some love.
Hey, much love to Banksy. As much trash as I give him, it's all out of love.
I don't know if I've said this on stream. I've said it to a few people, but it will be a boy.
He's finally getting a boy.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that on Facebook. Congratulations, dude. I'm happy that
Hey, congratulations.
you finally got a boy.
So
Yeah.
if you guys didn't know, he had to break the news yesterday to his daughters that he's gonna love that kid way more because it's his first time.
How many attempts did it take you again to get the boy? Just 4 attempts?
Yeah,
Bro,
well, this
you
is
need,
the 5th, right?
This is the 5th. Yeah, 5 attempts total.
Yeah, there's
There
better
were
ways
4
to play Russian roulette. All right,
and we're stopping. I got my duo for life, so
Can we get a 5 gifted in the Quigley chat as a
5
congratulations?
dude, that would be a
Somebody
Tuco
pay
thing.
for this guy's baby food.
It took me 1 try to have a boy, so can we get 6 gifted? Just for the
Yeah,
you got to get him a brother now. You realize this, right? He can't be the only one. Surrounded by sisters, he's got to have a brother, or he's like, gonna be isolated.
tax season might be great, but I don't think I can handle it.
Yeah, I have 4 more attempts to get the brother.
Did you see what Zeta says in chat?
Prodigy for
Halo.
exactly. I mean,
Nah, Zeta, my joke has always been that now that he has 5, it's a full Halo roster and a coach. He's locked in.
yeah. So that's hype. Yeah. Okay. Thank God. No one. There wasn't 5 subs. I was gonna poop myself.
I was gonna say, College Halo's disappointed me a little bit with the no 5 gifted. Where's Tuco?
Tuco already
Dude,
gifted.
I got bills, man.
You already
I got
gifted
bills
5
right now. All right. Ask me again on Friday when I get paid again. Maybe I'll feel inclined.
Tuco's technically gifted 17. What do you mean? Where's Tuco?
Yeah, where is Tuco?
Oh my!
Oh my God!
That was to college.
Poetry.
Hey,
Big country.
With a huge gift to the College Halo Twitch. That's clutch.
W.
Absolutely.
Look, gifts all
We
around.
love Big Country.
What What are
One
you?
part of UNA's coaching duo.
Did you tell him about the
Yeah.
11th? I think it's the 11th.
I have not yet.
All right, Big Country, you'll hear
Well,
about
we're
it.
telling right now. Hey, yo, Big Country, you trying to be on the podcast on March 11th?
Is it actually the 11th? Was that right?
I don't know. It's yes, it is. It's
Okay.
the 11th.
Okay. I got so much going on. Yo, OG, you work at like a casino. Why don't you gift? We're your old teammates, bro. This guy.
Yeah, let's see a 5 from Big Jiggly. Come on. Come on.
Come on, Big Jiggly.
Come on, Big Jiggly.
He
Put your
said-
nuts where your mouth is. I mean, money where your mouth. No, never mind.
Tuco
with the 5!
Tuco, he said he gifted 5 to College Halo and us at the same night. Tuco, calm down.
Let's go.
Oh
Shout out
my
Tuco.
gosh.
Shout out Tuco.
Yo, it's
All right, Tuco, keep it real. What do you got to say to your pod with the elite pod? What do you got to say to your competition?
Yeah, Tuco, tell us.
Bark at him, Tuco.
I've seen Tuco lift almost 500 pounds,
UVU
bro.
barking, crazy. Bunch of Cubs at UVU. I'm just kidding, Tuco. W2Co.
Tuco, come on, Tuco.
Come on,
Tuco's,
Tuco.
Tuco's not locked. Tuco's not locked.
He's not. Nope.
Nah, he's locked. He's just trying to think of. He's about to throw something fire down. You just gotta wait.
Dude, we're just gonna get a weightlifting video, and he's gonna have UU on the.
That's all we need. That's all we
All
need.
we need. For those of you who do not know, Tuco, our beloved, is a power lifter. So he is killing it in game and out of game.
I was flashbanged on
Yeah,
the
he-
internet, bro. I didn't realize it was Tuco.
We get home and he picks me up and puts me on the counter, and then he picks me up and takes me off the
Whoa,
counter.
whoa. Not on stream, Odin. Relax.
Yo,
I say Tuco uppies.
He said humble 5-0.
Yeah, humble 5-0.
Ooh.
That is crazy.
He said he wants the
Hey,
best
look
of
at that, look.
9.
Look at it this way, all right? At least both Utah Valley and the Utes can claim that they are not the Aggies, all right? Nobody likes Utah State.
Ooh.
If Utah State was still here, that'd be great.
Utah doesn't like the Utah State Aggies. Just saying.
He said
There you-
facts.
yeah, Lonzy with the facts. Yep, he knows.
Tuco could pick me up.
All right.
Oh my goodness. Man.
I think we're gonna throw it to an intermission as we get ready. But huge shout out to everybody. Stay tuned. We've got our next matchup coming up probably within the next 10 minutes or so. But huge shout out. Definitely, if you're in the College Halo chat, go drop a follow to Quigley, the premier podcast of College Halo. And huge shout out to everybody around. This has been great. This has been awesome yapping and chatting with you guys. So we're gonna throw it to an intermission, and then we will be back with our next matchup of the night. Montana State takes on OU.
Sooners.
All right, then I guess we can lock in now.
All right.
Hold on, I'm gonna share the stream.
Yeah,
my
we're
dog.
locked. I'm locked. I'm so locked. I'm locked.
We still
I'm
live?
hard.
Are we
Yeah,
still
I'm ready
live?
to rock.
Yeah, we're still live. I'm
No,
trying
I
to
mean, I'm trying to see if Kish, like, are we still live on college?
Nah, College Halo's good.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I don't have Spotify playing. Oopsie.
my dog doesn't want to get up.
All right. Yo, Banksy, lock in.
All right, let's
'Cause
lock in.
we're still live.
We're still live. Sorry.
We're gonna head over to the College
Wait,
Halo
yeah,
chat.
very, very quickly, everybody in our chat, say a huge thanks. Connor, Odin, Revan, Kish, thank you boys for hopping on. It was a pleasure. We thank you guys for including us in that.
Thanks for
Oh, we were on
having
air
us.
that whole time, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for
Shout
having
out
me.
Quigley, the premier podcast of College Halo.
Thank you for the shout out.
Quigley.
Woo.
All right, I will
Love
catch
you
you guys.
All right, everybody. As they're going to the respective channels, getting set up for their stream. This will be Lonzy, I'll lick you in the mouth. This will be a quick kind of review of the matches coming up. We're going to go over our shout outs. We're going to go over the current top 10 going into week 3. Not a lot going on this week because we did talk about it a lot kind of already, like a lot of the rounds. And some of these matches have been played, which Ben will correct me on those as we go through.
Oh yeah.
I do want to do like a quick shout out. I know some people might not be here, but while we were offline, I know I said thank you to Derpy Squid, but we also got Bubba Thimble, Rocco, Confused Squid, Oak Assassin, all followed when we weren't live. So thank you guys for that. I do see it, and I wanted to give that a shout out there. Thank you, Tuco. We've hit our sub goal again. We are officially at 35 subscribers so far this season. I think our peak was 54, so that would be cool to beat. Who knows? But we're also moving up in followers. We're at 76 for a goal of 100 to start off there, obviously. But just thank you guys and everybody. It's been crazy so far. And Tuco, I need this land to happen. Need it to happen.
I need to ask a question real quick.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. Let me just throw something crazy out here.
Okay.
Because and I'm asking it now before we get into it because I'll forget and then I won't say it and then I'll forget next week and I won't say it. Let's say there's a small likelihood that I stream on the Quigley channel here in the near future.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask the ones that are always here, the folks that are in our chat right now, what game do you guys want to see me stream? It can be a crazy story game that I'm probably going to have a hard time beating. It could be something multiplayer that I'm going to be crashing out at my teammates.
I know what it is. I know what it is. I can answer for these guys. It's got to be Resident Evil 9.
I thought you were about to say Halo. I thought you were about to say Halo.
Yo, Zeta, don't you come in here with some Roblox stuff. I'm a dad of 4 daughters. Get at it now.
Zeta, is that actually a Roblox game?
Yes, Dress to Impress is a Roblox game.
Actually,
Roblox game, man.
You know what?
You got. Look,
I don't know if I don't know if I feel comfortable playing that.
Hey, I'm gonna let
OG get out of my chat. Get out of Jiggly. Get out of here.
I'm gonna let everybody know. I will be streaming one of my days on the Quigley channel, RE9. I think they would love
GTA 5.
GTA 5 would be good. I think they would love to see your POV, honestly.
Wait. Okay. I'm down with that. But also, GTA 5 RP might go crazy.
That would be hilarious.
Think about Binfish running around the street, popping caps in people. You know what I mean?
That would be hilarious, actually, yes. Do that.
I don't know, just an idea. Squid, that's a
good shout.
That's a W answer. That's a W answer.
It's a good shout. I'll try to make an overlay for you. All right, let's dive into this because we don't have long till that next game, and we could technically watch party it or whatever we want to do after this. But first things first, let's talk about the top 10 coming into this week 3. Now this is finishing. We saw the pod shakeup, guys. We're looking at this top 10. We saw the pod shakeup, and this kind of entails only where they're landing, right? 4-0 UNA, 3-1 YCP, and then they obviously had the most teams to go against. And then everybody else is pretty much 2-0. You got 2-1 for RIT, and then other people just haven't played all their matches yet. But this is kind of your top 10 before we finish all week 3 matches, okay? Now, again, the standings, yeah, the dogs are in top 10. Because people, and this is honestly, when you're looking at it, people haven't played all their matches, okay? You'll notice there's a team not in this list. It is Fisher. They are 1-0, and it's just because of an FF, okay? These standings also include map wins, all right? If you go the distance in a series, you're going to get some of a benefit. But, I mean, that's your top 10 going into this week 3, and we'll kind of talk about these matchups. And what's my dog doing? You doing, buddy?
I don't know, man.
All right.
I don't know.
He started chewing on something. My bad.
You're good. You're all good.
But I mean, the top 10 makes sense. We've kind of talked about it. We talked about it a lot going into the pod changes, who we all think are going to move forward. There obviously are a lot of teams that we've talked about, so we'll see what happens. You haven't seen a RIT game yet, right?
No, I believe the RIT game that we were supposed to see ended up being an FF. I believe. So yeah.
Okay. Well, there's that. So we're gonna do this time. We're gonna do our shouts at the end of the episode. For the players, we're gonna kind of go through these matchups here, guys. And just kind of talk about it. Ben's got up score reports to kind of prove me wrong and right who has already played and whatnot. Right. All right.
Yep.
First
I will be ready.
series. All right. This one we know. We've already been told this. Fisher versus UIUC. Okay, we've already been told they are not they're not playing until Thursday. I think this is easily a 3-0 on Fisher's end. I mean, you don't have Milkshake, and I don't think with Milkshake it would have changed anything.
I do think that this is an important game to watch, though. Not to the extent that I think it's going to be any sort of close series. I think it's going to be a very fast 3-0. With the changes that Fisher has made, I don't think it's going to be enough to make a difference, right? We've seen Hunnit play Halo before. We know what he can do for this squad. But I do believe that just by getting to watch these guys play, maybe we'll be able to get a better idea of how they're going to be playing against some of these top teams like UNA, like UVU, like UOU, Clemson. So while I do think this will be a 3-0, I do think it's a very important game that a lot of our top teams need to be watching out for.
Yep, 100% agree. And this is we haven't heard about the other two or single match. Fisher has one more match to play. Outside of this one, I don't know if it's been scheduled yet because they had 3, I want to say. But
they would have had 3. They 3 FF'd USF. They played this one, and then they have one more, which I believe is supposed to be Penn State.
Yeah. So, but from my knowledge, and this is just us talking, Penn State's hard to schedule with right now, so they got to figure that out.
Yeah.
Speaking of Penn State versus USF is this week. Has this happened?
Let me check right now. I do not see it. The last Penn State game I am seeing is UIUC when they 3-forfeited them because of some scheduling issues and things. But no, this game has yet to be played.
But this might be scheduling issues again. Now, technically, there is a rule this season. 2 forfeits, and this has been announced in College Halo. 2 forfeits land you not land automatically in what was it? It's Osiris, and what was the other one?
Apollo.
Land you in Apollo. Like you cannot land in top 10. You have 2 forfeits. So if there is another forfeit out of this, I mean, I'm gonna still give it to USF. I'm gonna say USF 3 forfeit is my prediction, but
yeah, I'm gonna say this. I mean, either a 3 forfeit or a 3-0. I think if it even gets scheduled, it'll be a 3-0.
Yeah. All right, next one. This one we can kind of speak on. I mean, I haven't seen RIT. Maybe somebody in the chat can prove me wrong. But UNM versus RIT. UNM came shooting. Okay. RIT doesn't have severity. I don't know how they've done. I don't know how they've improved. I'm gonna give this to UNM and say 3-1. UNM.
I am going to do the exact opposite and say 3-0 or 3-1 RIT. I believe UNM could take an objective. I don't think they take more than 1.
Okay. I can see that. I can see that. Now this next one, I think this one may have happened. Double check this is Baylor versus UCF.
Wait a second. I am trolling right now. Hold up. Give me like 3 seconds. Super is not here, just to let everyone know in chat. Super is not here because
You're right.
Super is taking his, I was about to say girlfriend, but now wife. Out for her birthday. Shout out Super. Happy birthday to his wife. But because he is not here, I just realized I need to be keeping up with who we're picking so that I can tell him so he can add it to his list.
Yeah.
So we both picked the same for those first 2 matchups, correct?
Correct.
We had Fisher and USF.
And then UNM versus RIT, we had opposite.
Okay. So, I had Fisher. You had Fisher. I had USF. You had USF, and then you had UNM. I had RIT. Gotcha.
Yes.
All right. Now that we're caught up, I will say this one is going to be a 3-0 UCF. Just from what we literally just saw from UCF, I think they look like a dominant team right now. They're a team that a lot of these kind of middle of the pack to. What'd you say?
Isn't this who they played?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. Hey, I'm right. 3-0. No, yeah. So it was a 3. I am very sorry. I'm looking right at it. UCF 3-0 BYU. Yes, that is who they played. So it was a 3-0. And just like, if anybody was watching this entire time, as you just saw as we were announcing the pods, a lot of people keeping their eyes on UCF right now. I think that right now I would literally say that they are like what I would call the middle of the pack reaper.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like they're still a tier above like the bottom tier teams.
Yep.
But like I don't think there's a middle tier team that can beat them, and I do think there's an opportunity they advance to that top tier where they could beat some teams. Like I would say they could probably go toe to toe with Clemson. They could probably play pretty well against a YCP, maybe even like a SNU if we're still keeping them in the top. So yeah.
All right.
But it was a 3-0.
This one, I think this one happened too. It has happened. This one 100% has happened. I know this. It's UNA versus Butler, and they 3-0'd them.
That is correct. It was a 3-0. UNA going 4-0 in their pod. Reasoning why they were put in with Fisher. I do want to quickly go over that idea. And I know that Odin kind of touched on it earlier in his segment where he was talking about how we structured these pods. Okay, number one, when it was first brought to my attention that, we were going to be trying to restructure these in the best way possible, I initially told him, like, I didn't understand why we weren't going with all the 1 seeds being in one pod. Then he made it very clear, and it did make a lot of sense, right? Like, if you've got Fisher, UVU, UOU, and UNA all in one pod, then 2 of those teams are going down to Division 2, and then it's just no fair,
Right.
So it definitely needs to be split up in the way that they have it. What I will say is I think some people are having a little bit of like an idea like, oh, UNA had the best in their pod, they shouldn't have to be put in the same tier as Fisher. And I think that is actually the entire idea that the council had when they were putting this together, was like, we want to create the tightest, most, competitive matches we can. And UNA is still going to end up being, I mean, from what I can tell, they're still going to be a top 3 team in their pod. They're still going to end up making D1 playoffs or Osiris League.
Yep.
But I think swapping them out with a team like YCP or another team even, I just don't think there's as close of a game as we might see with UNA.
100% agree. Next one. You can correct me on this one if this one has been played. I don't think so. Montana State versus OU. Now, love my OU boys. If it has been played, it's an OU win. I mean, right? Like I'm going to say 3-0 on OU, but has it?
That is currently being started right now on College Halos. Yeah. So
I'm saying 3-0.
So yeah, I'm going to say 3-0 OU. I think that this is an important match for Montana State though, because it really outlines, I think, how their rest of the season is going to go. As we saw, they're going to be in that third pod. A few of you guys chose Montana State, or by a few, I mean you chose Montana State as one of the top 3 teams in that pod.
Me, Connor, and Odin.
They both did?
Yes.
Okay, well, you guys are all faded together. I don't know what you guys are smoking, but you better pass some over here, because I look, I'm just going to say I just do not think that I think that's why this is such an important game. If we see Montana State, even if they don't win, but they're able to push OU to the distance, I think this is a definite decider on what we see Montana State doing for the rest of the season, especially as they get transferred into that new pod.
All right. This next one.
So so we're both going 3-0 on that one, right?
Yeah,
with OU winning.
OU winning that one. I don't think this one's been played. I haven't seen it. I don't think I got the stats for this one. Oh wait, no, I may have. I may have actually. I don't know. You tell me.
Just run it.
SNU
We'll get it.
versus Clemson. You tell me. Been played?
I do not think we have played this one yet. I can check reschedules just to be 100% sure.
It may be scheduled, but I mean, I'm giving 3-0 Clemson. Look, Clemson may have lost that match against UOU. I think that's a drawing board game right there. It's their first D1 battle team, essentially. And I think Clemson has something to prove. I think we are underselling Clemson a lot. So
if EHC is in the chat, do you happen to know when that match is coming up? Or Zeta, either one of you.
Thursday
If not,
9,
totally cool.
Thursday 9 Eastern.
Thank you. Okay, well, ooh, that might be on stream Thursday. We never know. That would be a very good matchup. I mean,
Sure.
I'd like to say SNU, kind of a middle to low tier D1 team from last season, playing the champions of D2 from last season. I think that while we do know there's been some roster changes, and then of course Clemson having Zeta come in at the end of their season or the end of last season, I do think this is going to be a very close matchup, in the sense of like map wise.
Right.
But I do have Clemson walking away 3-0.
All right. We're in the same boat here. Well, in the last, like I said, guys, it's kind of a short little tidbit for prediction, not the same amount of games. But the last one is NC State versus UOU. Obviously, 3-0 on UOU's side. All right. I don't think it's been played. I haven't seen it. NC State boys are active. They're in chats. They're scheduling their games. So, and I think this is where the shakeup of the pods, going to this 3 pod system is like really cool. The rebalancing is really cool because I mean, I was looking at that last pod in the Jackals pod, being like, dang, it is actually difficult to pick that third team, depending on what happens, who's gotten better, who's changing, who's doing what, right? Because we have seen countless times where RIT has done well and then got reverse swept because they couldn't bring it back. You know what I mean? Anything can happen. But in this case, it is a 3-0 UOU win.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, it's hard to say much about NC State because we don't see enough of NC State, right?
Right.
I feel like with like Montana State, we've seen them actually play some teams at least close. NC State, it really feels like they've just been blown out of the water every time we've seen them.
Yeah.
I guess the one takeaway you could have is that if NC State is able to make something look really good here, even if it's not a map win, but just keeping something close, maybe we start to see where they're making some sort of move.
Right.
Towards being one of those middle tiered teams, but UOU is one of our top teams, and we know that. We've known that since the start of the season. They're coming back with the same squad as last year, and they're hungry. Yep. So I think they're going to take this one very quickly.
Alrighty. Well, everybody, those are our matchups for the week 3. I'm really excited for this pod change. It kind of changes up the prediction show for us because we're going down to 3 pods, so we'll have more matchups each time. And then the final week, like you heard from Dill earlier, the final week is a tiebreaker week. So I'm gonna try to figure out how we can talk about that, shake that up in the prediction show. Like tiebreakers, like who's gonna be in it. I'm gonna see how I can do it. I'm gonna figure it out. Don't you worry. I will.
Okay.
But that is our matches. Before you want to just watch party? You want to watch party, or you want to go do something? We can end our stream and just chill. There should be
are they live right now?
They should.
Can we get confirmation?
That would be you. You give me confirmation.
You know what? I can give you confirmation. Hold up. Yo, have you seen I just since we're kind of trying to get everything together and trying to keep some sort of conversation here. Has anybody seen that game Super Battle Golf?
That's insane.
What? I'm just trying to create conversation.
I agree, but that's insane.
So you haven't seen the game?
No, I have not.
It looks so funny, bro. It's like all these it's like almost like kind of like Mario Golf, I guess, but like everybody starts at the same time, and you can like run each other over with golf carts and like hit each other with your golf balls to try to knock each other out. So like it takes forever for you to get back up, and like you're trying to finish the hole as fast as possible, but you're sabotaging each other at the same time.
That's insane. Well, we're gonna have to do that
Yeah.
actually.
I think it would be comedy if we get a group.
While you're getting those, let me get the shout outs here real quick. All right, so Ben's gonna do that.
I will.
Yeah.
You got it. Shout outs.
Yeah,
Go
shout
ahead.
outs. We're gonna go ahead and do the shout outs, okay? So if you've looked on Twitter, they've already kind of happened. The first one we're gonna show is Dilly. Okay, he had the highest KD with a strong average life in a single game. Dilly did not die. All right, Dilly didn't die once in this series. Okay, he killed it. So he got the shout out this week. It wasn't SNU boy Electrics last week. He got it this week. Dilly killed it. The next shout out we have coming up, and this guy's getting two. Been on Twitter, dogs going ham, is Kill Jinxie, or Chase, you'll hear us say sometimes. He got the accuracy one. I can't. I'll explain that. He got the accuracy one. He actually beat out Dill this week. UNA, they are shooters. They do not miss. So I think they're going to hold this title. And I'm pretty sure at the end of the season, UNA will carry the title to the end, and somebody's winning it for the season. All right. 100% someone's winning it. And again, Chase again, he also got the most headshots. He UNA and YCP had the same amount of games, and now Chase kind of came up in the lead. 66 headshots total from last week in week 2. Funny enough, he beat Naz by 1. Naz almost got it again, and Naz had 65. Chase had 66. So sorry, Naz, he lost it there.
Fair enough.
And then the last shout out. This one, I mean, it speaks for itself. Okay, it's the assist one. All right. Now, yes, Goob had 26 last week, but this week, same amount of games, and UOU came out on top, where Karate Joe had 15 assists. Double-digit assist is nothing to like shy from. That player achieved a lot, and they helped their team win. Karate Jojo is the person on UOU who is the assist king all the time. Okay, he battled.
Loving that squeaky toy.
Yeah, he battled Goob last week in week 1. Goob came out on top. This time he came out on top. So I can't wait to see who wins the assist one at the end of the season, because Goob does have a hard lead right now. But he just didn't beat out Karate Joe this week. So, I mean, we're really, let's see what happens, with these awards. Just to remind everybody who is still watching, there will be a melee award for who gets the most melees. That is something special I'm keeping on the back end. No one knows who's in the lead. No one knows anything. All right. So I am excited for that. Lonzy, what award do you want? What award could you possibly want?
Most bullets dodged from Banksy in a 50-40 in a 49-49 Slayer.
Lonzy, you might have the least objective time. I'm not going to lie to you. Some of these stats I'm looking at, you might have the least objective time. It might happen.
That's insane.
But have the ghost catastrophe. That's crazy. No, Ben, I can't raid because we're sharing. We're sharing chats.
Can you not stop sharing and then
But
do that?
I tried that last week.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
I mean, I can try real quick.
I mean, it's completely up to you. I don't want to ruin anything.
Well, there we go. I ended the collab, and I will try this. But I mean, honestly,
Okay.
That's our prediction show. We are going to try to just raid College Halo and send everybody over there. I know everybody's pretty much there. If it doesn't let us, if not, guys, if the stream just ends, go over there, College Halo, watch OU. All right.
OU and Montana State.
Yeah.
There's 2 teams playing.
Yeah, sorry, OU and Montana State. You call it the Banksy Award. Lonzy, you're lucky I'm hitting the outro button right now. So peace out. Follow the stream, subscribe, follow us on YouTube, etc. See you guys next time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will see you guys in